What is up, Gato Squad? Welcome back to the channel. It's another beautiful day out here. Real nice. Perfect day to drive the Type R. So let's get back into it. Oh yeah, nice bucket seats. These are awesome. So I don't need to put a key in. Just drop the key off, clutch in, brake on, press the button, all set. Oh, she sounds nice. My radar detector and my phone. Bam. That's it. Let's get started. All right, now that we're on our way, let's go ahead and talk about the braking period for this car. So, as you may or may not know, Honda recommends 600 miles for the braking period for the car. What they recommend is that you don't drive too hard. So they don't want you to drive with full throttle. You shouldn't be accelerating too hard. You shouldn't be launching the car. You gotta go easy on the clutch, basically. You gotta be easy on those tires as well, so don't go too crazy, turning too hard. They also want you to be easy on the brakes, which I'm not sure I understand so much, because if you seen my previous video on the Hawk brake pads, I've talked about how they recommend a bedding process, and to bed new brake pads to your rotors, what you have to do is basically get it up to 60 miles per hour, brake really hard, down to around 20 miles an hour, do that 5 times, give it a 10-minute break, and then do it again, go to 60 miles an hour all the way down to 10, or very, very slow. Just brake really, really, really hard the second time around, 3 or 4 times, and then give it another 15, 20 minute break. And then do that basically one more time, and then basically that's it. That's how you bend in the brakes. Honda recommends that you don't do that. They recommend that you go nice and easy on the brakes for the first 200 miles, and every time I change the brake pads, they recommend you do that same kind of, go easy on them. I'm not sure why. Maybe it's to reduce noise. I don't know. But I'm following Honda's guidelines for now. I'm gonna just leave everything as it is. It's not that hard to follow these rules, considering that I'm already at 530 miles. So I've only got 70 miles left. I may be able to reach that today. I don't know. I got quite a few things to do today. We'll see if we reach that. So since I've had the car for 2 days and driven 500 miles, what have I done to it so far? So as you saw in the previous video, I was talking about how it has auto rev matching. That's when you downshift, it blips the throttle for you, and it basically gives a very smooth downshift. What I don't like about that is that there's 2 things. One, I may get used to it, and if I get used to it, then my skill of rev matching kind of goes away, and I kind of forget it, and I can't be having that, because I have a lot of other cars that are manual that I need to still rev match on, and I can't be losing that skill. Second is that if you're doing it really, really quickly, if you're shifting fast, basically when you're driving very spiritedly, at least me, I'm shifting those gears like crazy. It doesn't really keep up that much. It might be just me, it might just be my imagination, but the way it works is when you put the clutch in, you put the clutch in, so you put it in neutral, right? So to get to the previous gear, let's say I'm going from 6th to 5th, and then once you put it in 5th, as you're putting it in, basically it hits like a switch, and then it blips it as you're putting it in. I like to blip the throttle before that. I like to blip the throttle actually right after I put in the clutch. I'll blip the throttle, so that by the time I put it into the previous gear, it's at a perfect RPM, and everything's just very smooth and good once I get used to the car, obviously. So basically, that's actually a third reason. I want to get used to the car as I'm going to be driving it on the track. I'm driving it very spiritedly. I want to get used to everything about the car, how the throttle is, how the throttle is mapped, things like that. I can tell you right now, the throttle is very, very sensitive, and that can be a good thing because it's very responsive, but it's also something you got to get used to. So right now, I have to make sure I don't blip it through too hard, or else it's gonna, the RPM shoot way up, and it's not a smooth downshift. You don't want that. A couple of other observations. These tires are interesting. So the first turn I took, not hard, but not that easy either. was back in Rochester actually. Right after I picked it up, I was taking a left turn. I was trying to make a green light, and the back end actually came out on me. I was almost sideways, and I'm like, whoa, what's going on there? The tires basically feel like, you know, they're not gripping at all. Well, a couple of things. So the first thing is that when you get a new car, it has new tires on it, and whenever you have a new tire, it basically has no grip for the first, I don't know, let's say 10-15 miles. It has very little grip, so you gotta be very careful, very conservative in your driving. Second thing is that these tires actually require to get some heat in them before they actually start gripping 100%. I was just going downhill, and it may not have come through in the video, but I was actually slipping a little bit as I was traveling down the hill. Let's take a look at that. Very fun, and you know, I'm at 500 miles already. I don't have to worry too much about the brakes and the tires, but I wasn't braking too hard. I was still kind of taking it easy on the tires, and you know, obviously the engine and transmission, I was taking it nice and easy, and the auto rev match was off, so I'm still getting used to the clutch, and I'm getting used to the engine. But as you can see, very fun. But during a couple of different turns, I was getting understeer, which is the car was basically going keep going, and then I got oversteer, so the back end started to play around too. Very cool, but something you gotta get used to. And I guess these tires need some heat in them before they actually start gripping a lot, which means they're gonna be really cool on the track. Can't wait to try them out. Another thing about these tires is that since they're so sticky, they pick up all the little gravel that's in my town. So
800 feet, turn left onto Main Street.
As I've said before, my town uses gravel for winter, so they don't use salt, which is good. But in the summer, you end up, you know, having all these little bits of gravel everywhere, and this car picks them all up and throws them into the wheel well. So I'm constantly hearing, you know, crackling and popping of all the little rocks coming off the tire and hitting the wheel well of the car. So one of the first things I'm gonna have to do is actually install mud flaps in the front and the back of the car. I gotta figure out how to do it, because there's venting there that I don't want to block, obviously for the aerodynamics and for the brakes. So I'll figure that out. I'll post a video obviously about it as soon as possible. I just ordered the parts from Rally Armor, I believe it's called. Rally Armor, and should be getting here soon. Is that another Type R over there? Could be a Civic Touring. Civic Hatchback Touring. Yeah, it's a Civic Hatchback Touring. That's okay. Nice. Looks good. Anyway, that's all I wanted to tell you guys. Very soon I will be hitting that 600 mile mark, and I will celebrate by driving this car like a madman. I actually have to get gas right now, so let me share that with you guys. And yeah, let's go get some gas. We're pulling up to the Shell. Let's see what we got. finished up. We got 10.7 gallons, 269 miles, so about 24 miles to the gallon, 25 miles to the gallon-ish. Not too bad considering, you know, I haven't been too rough on it yet, but I haven't been too easy either. So yeah, that's the first real fill up. I filled it up once before on the road trip down, but that doesn't really count. I didn't fill it the time before, so this is the first time. Let's count this as the first time I'm filling it up. There's a truck behind me trying to get out, so let me get out. Alright, so that about does it for today's update, the break-in period. I'm almost done with the break-in period, so I've only got like 50 miles to go. So at some point today, I'll be passing that break-in period, and you will see that video of me hooning it after the break period is done. For now, we are good to go, so thanks for watching, and if you haven't yet subscribed, please consider doing so. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.
We've both been there before. When a love shuts the door, it's a losing game. It's a losing game. But this time it's more than another lot of war. This ain't the same. This ain't the same. They say